Hi there everyone, Rob here with today's Pakhar update. We're still watching this tropical system move off towards the northwest on the 31st of March 2012. It is down from a typhoon yesterday per JTWC. JMA also still keeping it as a tropical storm. Winds about 60, gusting up to 55 knots, gusting up to 75 knots per JTWC. That's actually this track right here if we scroll over it, but JMA still holds it at about 40 knots. A little bit weaker, different wind scale. JTWC does base this on a 1-minute wind scale. JMA goes off of a 10-minute scale, so that is one of the main reasons why they're a little weaker on it. But all in all, though, wind speeds aside, this is still going to be dumping a lot of moisture here towards the southeastern coast of Vietnam. So with that said, you're going to be expecting some really severe flash floods along the southeastern coast here, but also some of these higher mountain areas out across much of southeastern Vietnam, and also including Da Nang there, the potential for some landslides or flash floods right around the metropolitan area could occur as this system moves onshore. And also you're seeing a lot of blow up of convection here in the last few frames. Well, that's also partly due to diurnal effects assisting this system in development, especially in the afternoon to evening hours. So you might see that back off a little bit in the overnight hours after the sun goes down, but overall you are seeing a re-intensification of this tropical system just prior to landfall. Looks like it's going to be making landfall sometime Sunday afternoon and the Sunday night here, just basically south of Da Nang, right along the southeastern coast of Vietnam. And that's actually, well, let's pull up some of the model outlook, and you can see there is a really tight consensus for one of the first times today of all these systems tracking basically off towards the west, then turning slightly towards the west-northwest before making landfall. All these models also picking up on a re-intensification before, very slightly though, before rapidly dropping off due to an increase of land interaction there with the Vietnam coast, and also going into Laos. A lot of mountainous areas up in there, so that's really going to tear the system apart after landfall. But that's good news as far as the decreasing intensity, but unfortunately, as that system moves onshore, all those mountains there along the Vietnam coast are really going to squeeze out all of this moisture and drop it there onshore after that system moves onshore. And already a lot of rainfall here. Look at this coming out just from the southeast. You're seeing rainfall totals upwards of 50 millimeters in the past 24 hours, expecting that to significantly increase over the next 24 hours. But looking out towards the Spratly Islands, you have these totals up to 73 millimeters, and even out and towards northern portions of Luzon, you're also seeing some very heavy rain totals. Check out this one in Casiguran, looking at totals of 167 millimeters, and that's also due to an easterly flow continuing to pump moisture across the country off here towards the east. And if you look at this graphic created here earlier today in one of our Western Pacific weather updates, you do see that the storm is off here towards the west, but you have a lot of these La Nina enhanced easterlies continuing to pummel the eastern coast of Luzon and Visayas, bringing in some very significant and heavy rain totals. So not only are you going to be expecting that flooding potential down there in Vietnam, but also out towards the Philippines as that moisture continues to surge off towards the west. You're going to be seeing some very significant rain totals there, causing a lot of damage and seeing that water pool up in a lot of low-lying areas where you do have very, very poor drainage. But let's look at JMA's warning on this storm, still having those winds at 40 gusting to 60 knots. But like I said, the winds really aren't going to be the most significant part of this storm. I do want you to take the direction and speed, or the overall movement of it, moving off towards the west ever so slowly. So that slow westerly movement is really what's going to be adding up those rain totals as well. And also looking at the storm gradually starting to increase in intensity up to 45, gusting up to 65 knots max intensity before landfall sometime on Sunday afternoon into evening. Going into your Monday morning, you're going to start to really see the system move onshore. But I want you to take your attention to the center line. Anywhere towards the right, that center line, you're going to be seeing a lot more moisture actually potentially then towards the left of it. That's because a lot of this moisture is going to continue to pick up from here in the South China Sea, wrap around and push onshore. This is also where you're going to see the highest risk of storm surge, although with the low winds like this, you're really not going to be seeing a very significant storm surge, but how much higher waves there due to the wind blowing onshore, vice blowing offshore just towards the right or towards the north of the center of this track. So that could spell a very dangerous situation for you there. But that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. I do want you to go check out the website if you are watching this here at YouTube. There's various different updates throughout the day today, all very informative. So please go through and check them all out. And also you can find us on Facebook at Western Pacific Weather. Do continue to post updates there as well. So thank you and have a great day. Please stay safe out there, everybody. Bye.